This is Cinema Cid on the voice of KUR, in his show entitled Cinema Cid the Kriterion Kid, which is the show that you are currently listening to. Please forgive me, I have a little bit of a throat thing, which is pretty sweet to have during the debut episode of this show, which is about reviewing movies on the Criterion Collection. Before I begin, I guess I should tell the layman of the university and the people listening to this at home what the Criterion Collection is. The Criterion Collection is dedicated to gathering the greatest films from around the world and publishing them in editions of the highest technical quality with supplemental features that enhance the appreciation of the art of film. Visit us at Criterion.com. I did not mean to plug them, but they're a good film distributor. So please visit Criterion.com for all of your Criterion Collection needs. That's the plug. That's the plug for the Criterion website. You're welcome. Make sure you include me. This is to Criterion. Make sure you include me in the sales that you get from Kutztown students. Because while the show is not in need of any funding, money is nice. But anyway, for those who are unaware, the Criterion Collection has been around for a decent amount of time now, since I believe like the 80s or 90s when they started making laser discs, which is pretty sweet. But come the new millennium, they started putting out DVDs and then eventually Blu-rays. And these DVDs and Blu-rays were organized by spine number. At the time of this episode being aired, there are at least 1,200 titles with like 1,200 spine numbers. So I thought it would be fun, since I've seen a decent amount of the Criterion Collection, if I do say so myself. I thought it would be fun to put these spine numbers into a random number generator and review them just at random. Never mind, I lied. There are only 1,100 or so titles on the Criterion Collection as of this recording. So sorry. So I'm going to throw the amount of Criterion spine numbers there are into a random number generator. And after this quick message from the KUR notebook, you are going to hear my review at random. Attention KU community. The Offices of Student Involvement and Alumni Engagement have embarked on a year-long project for the campus community. The Kutztown Mosaic is a living photo presentation of all things Golden. Check the mosaic to see contributed photos. Share photos from the mosaic to your social media. Upload and share your photos to the hashtag #TogetherWeAreGoldenMosaic. Click the Upload a Photo, select a photo, and post. It's all at KutztownMosaic.com. This message of community interest is brought to you by the radio voice of Kutztown University, KUR. Okay, so we got that many titles, and we're going to generate this number, and we got number 663. So let me type in this. Okay, so spine number 633 is a film called I Know Where I'm Going, and I've never seen it before. It is not currently available on Blu-ray at the time of recording this, but in Michael Powell and Emmerich Pressburger's stunningly photographed comedy, romance flourishes in an unlikely place, the bleak and moody Scottish Hebrides. Wendy Hiller starts as a headstrong young woman who travels to these remote isles to marry a rich lord. Stranded by stormy weather, she meets a handsome naval officer, Roger Livesley. That's in parentheses, so that's probably who plays this handsome naval officer. And he threatens to thwart her carefully laid out life plans. That is rather rude of him to do. This movie came out in 1945, and I've got nothing to say about it. I think I've been lied to. This says spine 94. So I think I'm just gonna look at Wikipedia and rely on Wikipedia for this. But that's okay, because Spy Number 633 is another movie I haven't seen, directed by Piero Paolo Pasolini, who I am not particularly a fan of. His film entitled Canterbury Tales is the second film in the trilogy of life, and Wikipedia says it is a medieval narrative poem by Geoffrey Chaucer, and it won the Golden Bear at the 22nd Berlin International Film Festival. How fitting. It's probably okay, at the very least. Like I said, I'm not a big Pasolini fan. I've seen the movie Sallow, and that movie was kind of... I don't know if I should talk about it on the air. So, let's get another review going. We got 589 now. What does 589 say for me to talk about? 589 is the second film in the Three Colors trilogy by Krzysztof Krzysztof Kieślowski. There's no V in it. It's hold on, what?
Krzysztof Kieślowski.
Krzysztof Kieślowski. I haven't seen the Colors trilogy. Sorry. Let's press on. Spine 1057. I hope to God that I've seen this one, because I am proving to be a fraud, and I haven't seen this one. It's Jim Jarmusch's Ghost Dog, The Way of the Samurai, starring Forrest Whitaker. And to my understanding, it's a pretty sweet noir flick that is inspired by Jean-Pierre Melville's Les Samurai, which is a lit movie. This hitman, the Ghost Dog, which I guess maybe he... Wow, the Ghost Dog does not have a name. So his name is just Ghost Dog. That's not a real name, unless his first name is Ghost and his last name is Dog. But he is a hitman who is employed by the Mafia, and he follows the ancient code of the samurai as outlined in the book of Yamamoto Tsunetomo's sayings, recorded sayings, Hagakure. And yes, critics have noted similarities between the movie and Jean-Pierre Melville's 1967 film Les Samurai, which I have already established is lit AF. So we're gonna throw it in. We're gonna throw another number in, and hopefully I can talk about a movie to its fullest extent. We got Spine Number 4 coming up at you. Let me see if I can find Spine Number 4. Let's see, scrolling. Amarcord, directed by Federico Fellini. I have seen Amarcord. It's been a long time since I've seen Amarcord. I don't know if I can, confidently state my review for this movie, but I'm going to try. It is a series of... Amarcord is a series of vignettes of dramatizations depicting Fellini's childhood up into his, I guess, young adulthood, before he started making movies about older men having existential crises. It's a very colorful film. It's very fun. It's one of the only Federico Fellini movies that I kind of enjoy. I'm not a big Fellini fan either, because I'm not old enough to have existential crises yet, and I don't have any wife to cheat on. A Federico Fellini movie is essentially Italian Mad Men, but Amarcord is not really. Despite some messed up stuff that I vaguely remember happening in the movie. It's a more lighthearted movie. There's a big cast of characters. Yes, that's about it for Amarcord. It's pretty good. Watch it. Let's do another one. 247. Scrolling again, and again. Slacker, directed by Richard Linklater. I haven't seen Slacker, directed by Richard Linklater. The only Richard Linklater movie I've seen is Boyhood, and it took 12 years to make, and it is okay. The next number is 977, which sounds like a familiar spine number that I own in my own personal Criterion collection. So let's see if I'm correct. It is Blue Velvet, directed by David Lynch. I have seen Blue Velvet, directed by David Lynch. It is starring Laura Dern and Kyle MacLachlan, and they're both very young and attractive in this movie. And it starts out with Kyle MacLachlan finding an ear in the fields, and he's like, I gotta find out who this ear belongs to. And that was a mistake, because then he meets Dennis Hopper, who says, when he asks Kyle MacLachlan his beer preference, he's like, Kyle MacLachlan says, "I'll take a Heineken," and then Dennis Hopper says, "Heineken, that Pabst Blue Ribbon," because he really likes Pabst Blue Ribbon. And then a bunch of David Lynch things happen, and it's great. It's a sweet. It's David Lynch's take on noir. Other than, Mulholland Drive and like Twin Peaks, which are also David Lynch takes on noir. So it's not like it's anything out of the ordinary for David Lynch to do. But here we are. Blue Velvet, starring Kyle MacLachlan and Laura Dern, directed by David Lynch in 1986. Watch it. It's great, and I love David Lynch. My throat is in an immense amount of pain right now. We got spine number 236. I am scrolling currently on the Wikipedia page. Mama Rosa, Mama Roma, directed by, again, he has appeared before today, Pier Paolo Pasolini. I haven't seen it. Spine number 528 is Three Silent Classics by Josef von Sternberg, which I have not seen. I'm sorry, I'm a fraud. Spine number 415 is The Naked Prey, directed by Cornell Wilde. I have not seen that either. Spine number 253. What is 253? 253 is A Woman Under the Influence, directed by John Cassavetes, which I also have not seen. I'm sorry. I'm very, very sorry. I'm losing my patience here quite a little bit right now. Okay. I'm in so much pain. Spine number 559 is The Mikado, directed by Victor Schertzinger, which I have not seen. Number 609 is Alambrista, directed by Robert M. Young, and I have not seen this either. I'm very sorry. Number 639 is the Cozzi Trilogy, directed by Godfrey Reggio. Oh, thank God. The Cozzi Trilogy is phenomenal. Okay, give me a second to, I gotta decompress for a second here. I'm getting some goose pimples. My throat hurts very badly, and I am off the hinge right now. Hello, and welcome back to Cinema Cid the Kriterion Kid on the voice of Kutztown Radio, KUR. Join me as I begin to review the Cozzi Trilogy, directed by Godfrey Reggio. A singular artist and activist, Godfrey Reggio is best known for the galvanizing films of the Cozzi Trilogy. Astonishingly photographed and featuring unforgettable cascading scores by Philip Glass, these are immersive sensory experiences that meditate on the havoc humankind's obsession with technological advancement has wreaked on our world. From 1983's Koyaanisqatsi to 1988's Powerqatsi to 2002's Nakoikatsi, Reggio takes us on a journey from the ancient to the contemporary, from nature to industry, exploring life out of balance, in transformation, and as war, all the while keeping our eyes wide with wonder. The Qatsi trilogy is a trilogy of films, documentaries, with very, very breathtaking cinematography and excellent music that tends to arpeggiate a lot and nothing else, because Philip Glass is really good at arpeggiating on a chord and nothing else. That's what I read to you was the back of the Criterion box set of the Qatsi trilogy, and I want to point out the sentence near the end: from nature and industry, exploring life out of balance, in transformation, and as war. I don't remember what languages these are in, but that is pretty much the direct translations of each of the respective Qatsi films. Koyaanisqatsi being life out of balance, Powerqatsi being life in transformation, and Nakoikatsi being life as war. All of these documentaries are equal in quality. They are all masterpieces. The Koyaanisqatsi begins our trilogy outlining the downward spiral that industrialization has taken upon Mother Nature, how it affects the atmosphere, how it negatively affects the ecology of the planet. Yeah, it's really good. It slowly builds upon these ideas. It's a very slow build, kind of like how industrialization, whenever it first came around, was a slow build in technological advances. We begin with stunning photography of nature, and after a little serene introduction with very serene Philip Glass arpeggiation, oil rigs and power lines are beginning to rear their heads, and they look like sore thumbs out in these massive deserts, these beautiful landscapes. These man-made structures do not look natural to their environment that they are housed in. Uh-oh, I dropped all of the Koyaanisqatsi trilogy. Oh no. The introduction of these power lines and oil rigs begins to slowly make the plant life in these biomes disappear. I'd say it's a little subtle until it's not. They're there at one point and then they're not. Once these sources of energy that lead industrialization to be as much of a powerhouse of human productivity as it is, we are slowly introduced to more deforestation and demolition of human, I keep saying human nature, Mother Nature, aspects in Mother Nature. I'm very sorry. I feel like I'm dying the more I talk in this hour-long radio spot. The more my throat is like, no, you can't do that, man. I know you want to talk about Koyaanisqatsi and Powerqatsi and Nakoikatsi, directed by Godfrey Reggio, but nah, man, you can't do that. So these infrastructures of energy are slowly introduced, And once this energy is brought into our cycle of productivity, we start beginning construction of warehouses and like buildings and stuff like that, so people can have jobs, and people are compared to as like worker bees or ants in this film, with the very objective and vicarious camera points in subway stations or high up in city streets, where they would observe people getting on and off subways in very rapid motion, like they have someplace to be, or cars backed up on a freeway, abiding by traffic laws, which I wish happened more often. That doesn't, though. But yeah, these cars are viewed as very, very small and insignificant, just aspects of something. I don't know, man. I am too delirious and in pain. I feel like I'm on my deathbed, and I wish I could talk about Koyaanisqatsi. So Powakatsi, A Life in Transition. This is the one I remember the least, unfortunately, but I do remember the general gist of what Godfrey Reggio was trying to get with this. And as for the music in this one, as opposed to Koyaanisqatsi and Nakoikatsi, which I will talk about later, the music is not very like arpeggio based. It's actually like very it's thematically apropos of what Powakatsi is about, because the music is very like tribal, and like it sounds like it draws inspiration from many different cultures around the world, which is what Nakoikatsi, or which is what Powakatsi is about. It is about human culture, how they differ, but how elements of different cultures around the world all share similarities, merely because of the fact that they are cultures of humans, and humans are fundamentally the same. Nakoikatsi, there's not much I can say about this one either, but upon doing some research, I really there's a review that I found that I really like. So let me see if I can find this real quick, because I think this man's words can probably justify this film better than I ever could. Nakoikatsi defines a life of killing each other, or war as a way of life, or an interpretation of Nakoikatsi would be civilized violence. The movie isn't about this at all. It is not by means an unpopular opinion. Nakoikatsi sucks. It lacks everything the other two possess. One of the main reasons that the other two are as renowned as they are is the gorgeous cinematography, which I have established already. Koyaanisqatsi is mesmerizing and very, very intimidating to look at. And if there isn't a shot of serene beauty or a time-lapse of hundreds upon hundreds of people, vehicles, and lights frantically parading without care, emulating ants scurrying around in little ant hills, you question what you see until it beautifully falls into place. Powakatsi, while not as visually mesmerizing, still harnesses the emotions of people captured in their own respective cultures, represented by facial expressions and something they are doing, and the context surrounding it. Nakoikatsi relies mostly on poorly aged computer animation that has seemingly no meaning to it. There is occasionally real cinematography, but it is blasted by this disgusting inverted color filter that was cool for like the first 10 minutes, but then rapidly got old. And not only that, but the footage that they did get, rather than an incredibly long shot to let whatever is being depicted unfold naturally, they film maybe 3 seconds of something and then loop it because it's very lazy and easy to do, and it's not even subtle. And I'm almost positive that they legitimately reused footage from Koyaanisqatsi, and any other footage is archive footage that has nothing to do with the film, also with a disgusting inverted color filter. This brings me to my next point. The Qatsi trilogy is very, very, very tangential. The first 2 films go off for very long periods of time with a singular idea, and sometimes they even drag. You don't know where they're going. They seem like they go nowhere. But these tangents slowly ease into the next idea before the audience even realizes it. It's very, very subtle. This way of stitching a seemingly unrelated series of shots to weave a profound narrative is genius. And then we fast forward to Nakoi Qatsi, and Godfrey Reggio is all like, ha ha ha, this looks pretty cool, let's put this in. And then the audience is in a tunnel of ones and zeros, followed by people swimming, followed by Hitler. Nakoi Qatsi has no idea what it wants to be. Is it about the progression of technology and the negative effect it has on society, or is it about civilized violence like the interpretation of Nakoi Qatsi suggests? One could say that it is about the progression of technology in the case of weaponry, and how wars get more dangerous as technology adapts. So why all of the binary imagery then? Why all of the early 2000s internet graphics? Why did they show footage of Doom next to footage of riots in cities, suggesting that video games cause violence, and then, after that, show footage of Hitler? If there is a narrative here, it is not only out of order, but it contains a plethora of images that have nothing to do with the meaning of the film, if it has one. The music is good, though. Philip's Glass always does well. In fact, I think I like this score more than Powakatsi. However, the reason I like this score so much is because it is very reminiscent of Koyaanisqatsi's score, because it feels like it's a rehashed version of it, and like I've said before already, a lot of the melodies are taken right from Koyaanisqatsi and played in a different key, and that's about it. It's basically the same thing, just in a different key. I will give credit where credit is due, though, because the entire score isn't like that. There are some fresh and new ideas that I really enjoy. I'd say a good half of the score is like, hey guys, look, I'm not Koyaanisqatsi, I promise, and the other half is actually original. However, it's a shame that the visuals almost never match the emotion that the music tries to convey. Don't watch Nakoi Qatsi. I think I might have pulled up the wrong review. This is not the review I meant to read. I don't know why this movie would be on the Criterion Collection if it wasn't good. I'm sorry I wasted all of that time just now. I did not mean to read that. Nakoi Qatsi is pretty good, and I recommend it. Okay, so now that that is out of the way, I'm gonna throw in the random number generator again. Let me pull up the Criterion list. Hold on just 1 second. Let me open up the Wikipedia. I had it closed for some reason. Man, I do not feel good. This is awesome. Okay, we got our list. We're gonna put in. All right. What's the big number? What is the big number? The big number is that's the big number. I'm not gonna specify the big number because that would date this episode. But yeah. All right. So we got spine number 55 coming at you. Spine 55 is The Unbearable Lightness of Being, directed by Philip Kaufman. I have never seen that movie. I have never heard of that man. Spine number 632. Spine number 632 is the first movie in the trilogy of life, the Decameron, directed by Pier Paolo Pasolini. That's the third Pier Paolo Pasolini film that I have mentioned today that has come up in RNG, which suggests that Pier Paolo Pasolini might have too many films in the Criterion Collection. Our next number is 77. So 77 is And God Created Woman, directed by Roger Vadim. I've never heard of that man, and I've never heard of that movie. Spy number 71 is The Magic Flute, directed by Ingmar Bergman. I've never seen The Magic Flute, directed by Ingmar Bergman. I know it's Shakespeare, and I know Ingmar Bergman's pretty sweet. I know I like him a lot, and I should watch that movie, so I can talk about it on this show one day, but that day is not today. Okay, so Spy number 596 is Three Outlaw Samurai, directed by Hideo Gosha, and I was gonna buy a copy of it last week when I was at Barnes & Noble, and I didn't, because I don't know, like, I don't like blind buying things. Sometimes I might get disappointed, but I really like samurai flicks. It's my favorite genre. Akira Kurosawa is my favorite director. And 789, Burroughs the Movie, directed by Howard Bruckner. I have no idea what this movie is. I guess we're doing another one of these. Ladies and gentlemen. Spy number 1105 is Menace to Society, directed by Albert and Alan Hughes. I haven't seen that either. I'm very sorry. Spy number 958. Oh my god. I'm suffering. This is suffering. 958 is 4 months, 3 weeks, and 2 days, directed by Christian Mungiu. I don't know what that movie is. I am sorry. Spy number 721 is Love Streams, directed by John Cassavetes. I don't think I am qualified to do this job, because I haven't seen that one either. Spy number 407 is Mala Noche, directed by Gus Van Sant. I haven't. 731. Spy number 731 is Parade, directed by Jacques Tati, and I haven't seen Parade, directed by Jacques Tati. So we got spy number 976 coming up next, which is the spy number right before spy number 977. Which was Blue Velvet, directed by David Lynch, and spy number 976 is Let the Sunshine In, directed by Claire Denis, and I have not seen Let the Sunshine In, directed by Claire Denis. Number 751, I think I just got 751. Oh no, I didn't. It's Gates of Heaven, directed by Errol Morris. I don't know what that is. Spy number 130. Have you ever gotten fed up? Have you ever gotten, are you happy? Are you happy? Spy number 130 is The Shop on Main Street, directed by Elmar Close and Jan Kadar. I haven't seen that. I don't know what that is. I don't know who those directors are. They sound pretty neat, though. 511 is Colossal Youth, directed by Pedro Costa. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. Spy number 828. Spy number 828 is Ingrid Bergman, in her own words, directed by Stig Bjorkman. I don't know. I don't know anymore. The Criterion Collection is intimidating art. The Empire of Passion is spy number 467, directed by Nagisa Oshima. I haven't seen that either, but I do like Nagisa Oshima. I hope I get to talk about one of his movies one day on this show. I'm sure the day will come, but I need to watch it first. Spy number 942 is The Tree of Life, directed by Terrence Malick, that I haven't seen. I've only ever seen the Thin Red Line, I think it's called. The next spy number is 677, and that's The Uninvented, directed by Lewis Allen. I don't know what that is. 651 is Badlands, another Terrence Malick flick that I haven't seen, and I'm sorry. 803 is The Manchurian Candidate, directed by John Frankenheimer, which I think stars Frank Sinatra, but I don't know because I haven't seen it. Spy number 614 is Summer with Monica, another Ingmar Bergman film that I haven't seen. Spy number 987. Spy number 987 is Clute, directed by Alan J. Pakula. I have not seen that. 854. 854 is The Tree of Wooden Clogs, directed by Ermanno Olmi, and I've never even heard of that man. That is a very peculiar name, but I would like to get coffee with that guy sometime because he sounds like he's a very fun fellow. Pigs, Pimps, and Prostitutes, 3 films by Shohei Imamura. I don't know. I guess that's another box set. That sounds cool. I like Japanese films, so maybe I'll check those out. Let's see. 363 is Mouchette, directed by Robert Bresson, and I haven't seen Mouchette. Now we got 361, The Beals of Grey Gardens, directed by Albert Maysles and David Maysles. I don't know what those movies are. Spine 246 is I, Vettiloni, directed by Federico Fellini, and I haven't seen that. That's another Fellini movie that came out today. 605 is This Happy Breed, directed by David Lane, which I almost watched one time, but then I fell asleep. I don't know if it was because I was tired or if the movie just wasn't interesting. Spine 1101 is Uncut Gems, directed by Josh and Betty Safdie, starring Adam Sandler. Uncut Gems is about Howard Ratner, and he has a gambling problem, and it's great. And he's like, "Oh no, I got this opal, man! I'm gonna sell it at the auction. I'm gonna make millions of dollars, Arno. Oh no!" And then Arno's like, "Yo, where's my money?" And then it's a very high stress-inducing film. It is very high energy. It is off the rails in terms of tension and volume. And The Weeknd is in it, and Adam Sandler beats up The Weeknd, and it's really funny. And then Howard Ratner's like, I'm gonna say this thing that I can't say on the radio, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna not say it on the radio. I mean, like, it's a verb. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. He says it twice in the film. Both times, his girlfriend is there. I can't remember what his girlfriend's name is, but if you have that context, and Adam Sandler says that he's going to commit a verb, I'm sure you know what that verb is. But like I said, I cannot say it on the air. But then he goes to a bookie, and he's like, "Hey, I want to make this bet that's really stupid." And then the guy's like, the guy's name's Gary. He's like, that's the dumbest effing bet I've ever heard. And then Howard Ratner's like, "I disagree, Gary. I disagree." And it turns out it wasn't the dumbest bet ever, because he won the bet. And then Howard was like, I won the bet. Oh no, I won the bet. And then Arno was like, "Oh, but I canceled the bet." And he was like, "You canceled the bet? You canceled the bet, Arno?" And he was like, "Yeah, man, where's my money?" He was like, "Well, I was gonna pay you with the money with the bet that you canceled." And then chaos pursues or ensues, and that's Uncut Gems. Now, I would like to try something new. I mean, everything that I do on this show right now is going to be trying something new, considering that it is the birth of this show. This is the debut episode of this show, and I appreciate you listening. But what I'm going to do is try to do a live Q&A. For those of you who don't know, which may be many, many people, Cinema Cid started out as a video show. And I think just translates better to radio. But in the video version of the show, I would do Q&As with other people on like live video chats. People don't really care about movies that much, which I have unfortunately discovered upon doing these Q&As. But hopefully we will get lucky today. If you feel like you want to write into the show, and I can answer Q&As from anybody in the audience listening, be it a Kutztown student or anybody across the globe, that'd be sweet. You can DM on Instagram at CinemaCid, the Kriterion Kid. Kriterion is spelled with a K for alliteration's sake. Or you can email CinemaCid, the Kriterion Kid, at gmail.com. Again, that is with a K in Criterion for alliteration's sake. If you have any comments, or if there's any movie in the Criterion Collection that you like, or there's a movie in the Criterion Collection or a movie that's not in the Criterion Collection that you wish was in the Criterion Collection, or you just want to talk about any movie at all, be it like The Thing or Gremlins 2. Or if you want to talk to me about Gremlins 2, I will talk to you about Gremlins 2 all day. Gremlins 2 is a masterpiece. But yeah, if you have any inquiries, just hit me up on Instagram or on Gmail. Until then, though, we are going to press on with the live Q&As, and hopefully they will work. So I'm currently opening up Omegle, so I can talk to people on Omegle and see how it works. I don't know, this isn't working. This is not, I don't know how to make this program work. It says my camera is not working, which is not true. Failed to allocate video source. That's not true. Alright, well, I'm gonna hop in the Criterion Collection Discord then. And hopefully it works. I don't think there's a... Hold on, I don't know, okay, so we're gonna try, just a mobile app then, because that's what I've done on the show before, and it's worked pretty splendidly in the past, so we are going to open up, wherever it is, this app right here. We are opening up Bigo's video chat, and it is time. It is time to do this radio show, this radio Q&A. And hopefully I get connected very soon. Lots of viewers are joining. I'm saying hi to them. I'm not saying hi to them, actually. I lied. There is nobody joining this. I don't know. Am I supposed to... How do I match up? Hello? Hello? Alright, he left immediately. So we're gonna try again. And hopefully... Hello! This man is brushing... He's brushing his teeth. Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hi.
Yeah.
I am currently recording a radio show about movies, and I would like to interview you, but to air it on live on the radio, I would need your permission to do so first. Do I have your permission to do so?
Yes.
Sweet. The show is about movies. My name is Sid Meier. I'm talking about something called the Criterion Collection. It's just basically like an archival, like, stuff about movies and everything. But I don't really want to talk about the Criterion Collection in particular because not a lot of people know about it. So I'll just talk to you about your favorite movies in general. What are some of your favorites and why are they your favorites? Let's have a conversation about that.
Are we there yet?
I have seen that. I've seen that a long time ago. That was, who was that? That wasn't Ice Cube, was it? Was that somebody else?
Yeah.
That was Ice Cube? Yeah. I've not seen that movie in a long time. Has it aged well?
Yeah.
Sweet.
It got me into one of my favorite cars, the Navigator.
Oh, okay. Are you a car guy then?
Yeah.
Sweet. So not really a movie guy, more of a car guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I watch movies too, though. I like Avengers Endgame too. It
Okay.
was like a nice end to the series, you know.
Yeah. I agree, and I wish the series did end there. It unfortunately did not. I'm not a big Marvel fan, but I really liked Infinity War, because, like, there were actually, like, stakes in it. It felt like the things that were happening in that movie, like, they actually kind of, like, mattered. It wasn't, like, the same formulaic thing. I felt it was just, like, a new kind of like a different take on what a Marvel movie could be, and I wish Marvel movies, the Disney Marvel movies at least, could emulate that. Because in a different Marvel movie that I like, it's not Disney, it's the Into the Spider-Verse movie, the animated one. Have you seen that one?
No, I don't think I've seen that one.
That one's great. It's the Miles Morales Spider-Man, where he's got like the black and scarlet suit. But there's like this interdimensional type of thing that brings a lot of different Spider-Men together into the one universe. And they have to figure out how to get back home. And it sounds like it's going to be the kind of like the general premise of what the new Spider-Man movie is going to be, where they bring like all the old Spider-Man villains from all the other Spider-Man movies, like the Tobey Maguire ones and the Andrew Garfield ones. It sounds like kind of like it's gonna be like that, but I don't know. I'd be interested to see it, because Spider-Man is really the only Marvel character I really care about anymore, because I dig Spider-Man.
I feel that.
What was that?
Huh?
What was that?
I feel that.
Yeah, Spider-Man's cool. I as a college student who is a nerd and into radio type stuff, I feel like I can relate to Spider-Man's not really into radio, but he's a nerd, you know. So I feel like I can relate to him on that regard.
Wait, what's your major?
I am a cinnamon. Cinnamon. I'm a cinnamon major. I'm a cinnamon television and media major, which is pretty much a fancy term for film major, which is good because I really like film. That's my yeah. What about you?
I'm a pre-accounting major.
Sweet. So you're a number crunching guy, number crunching in a car guy.
Yeah. Basically.
That sounds like it's got to be pretty stressful.
What'd you say?
It sounds like it's got to be pretty stressful.
Yeah, it has been.
Are you heading out somewhere?
Not yet.
Okay.
Probably later on today.
You look like you're a little busy right now with the brushing of the teeth.
Yeah.
Sweet. Alright, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to see if I can get another guest in here before my time runs out. So you have a good day. Thank you for the nice talk.
Alright, you too.
You have a good one.
You too.
And now a message from the KU Notebook. Attention KU community. Are you a local musical artist looking to get your music heard on KUR? Send FCC-friendly submissions today to kurmusic@kutztown.edu. That's kurmusic@kutztown.edu. Then tune in and hopefully hear your music on KUR. Thanks for supporting college radio at Kutztown University. This message of community interest is brought to you by the radio voice of Kutztown University, KUR. Hello, Kutztown University, and welcome back to Cinema Cid the Kriterion Kid on the voice of Kutztown Radio, KUR. Currently, I am on an app called Bigo, where I am doing live Q&As with people about movies. Not movies in the Criterion Collection, because people don't know what the Criterion Collection is, unfortunately. But yeah, it's a Q&A about movies nonetheless. And if you would like to write into the show and be a participant in said Q&A, you can DM Cinema Cid the Kriterion Kid on Instagram, or email cinemacidthecriterionkid@gmail.com. And keep in mind that Criterion is spelled with a K for alliteration's sake. Hello. Can you hear me? How's it going? My name is Sid Meyer. I'm currently... Oh, you... I can't hear. That was very loud. I'm very sorry. I'm gonna try another chat. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? How's it going? My name is Sid Meyer. I'm currently recording a radio show, and I would like to interview you about movies, but before I am able to... Oh. That man said the F word, and I can't use that. So let me try one more time. Hello? Hello? This, I have no idea what's going on right now. I'm gonna leave, and I'm gonna connect to another person, and hopefully they can talk to me about movies. Hello. How are you? I am currently recording a radio show, and I would like to interview you about movies. But before I can air this interview, I would need your permission to air it live on the... Okay. He left. I think I'm done with this for now. I think that is it for the Q&A segment of the show. As you can tell, doing the Q&A segment of the show, even during the video portion of the or the video version of this show, where I didn't need people's permission to air the interview, it was still kind of hectic and never worked. So if you want to be part of this Q&A, please write in. I beg of you. It'll give me something to talk about and something to do. And yes, audience participation is always great. Talk to me about Gremlins 2 and not a Marvel movie, please. DM me at Cid the Kriterion Kid on Instagram. That is Criterion spelled with a K. And email me at Cid the Kriterion. Sorry, there is Hershey chocolate in my mouth. It's very good. And email me at cinemacidthecriterionkid@gmail.com, and Criterion is spelled with a K for alliteration's sake. I believe that is the end of today's show. I'm sorry that it kind of ended in a little bit of a topsy-turvy manner there, but that is what the day brings. So I guess that's okay. This was Sid Meier, and I am out.